Welcome to my channel, my name is Valerio and today we're gonna review the RogKaiser Gridman. This is a model kit produced by Goodsmile company belonging to the line Moderoid. I bought this one from Amazon Japan for around $80, which is a bit more expensive. If you wonder why this is more expensive than the usual Moderoid, well, this particular box contains two kits. The Dino Zenon that was released a few years ago, and the new part inspired by the new movie Gridman Universe, Big Goldburn and Gridman Universe itself. Now, if you never see the latest movie, I highly recommend it if you can find it. I was able to find it, so it shouldn't be too hard. And it does add quite a bit to what we know. It kind of closes a bit of the storyline. Now that I finished to do my introduction about it, let's open the box and start to look at what there is inside. Of it, and there are a ton of runner to begin with. I will throw them, I will not go look. This is more gold, this is less gold, mainly for one reason as well, is that there are a lot of runner. First, because there is the previous release by Moderoid, the Dino Zenon, with his instruction, his stickers and everything. And for the new version, there are runners in one color, which is a nicer version of gold, and a deeper blue, and the same parts in a different runner with a lighter version of gold and a lighter version of blue. Now they give you the option of choosing the lighter yellow so that the color are gonna be matching with the previous Dino Zenon. However, if you use the deeper color, the darker gold, you will find yourself asking yourself, yes, but now it doesn't match with the other part of Dino Zenon, so why you didn't add even extra runner for that one? And or why did you even do this stuff if you cannot match both color? So there is that, and there is not a proper reply to it. Anyway, it is a ton of plastic. The difficulty of the build, the build is fairly easy. The hard bit out of it is the combination, the final combination. Dino Zenon to combine is fairly easy. Gridman Universe to combine as one of the worst connection I ever saw, and I will speak about it. Fundamentally, is the combination between the legs and the bust. There was already bad with Gridman, Kaiser Gridman. Oh, sorry, RogKaiser. And now it's even worse if possible. So they didn't decide to copy anything. And for the one that actually are interesting to this kit, but they don't want to buy the full out of it, Goodsmile company sells a version out of it with only Big Goldburn and Gridman Universe that you can use, combine it to your previously purchased Dino Zenon. And it should be cheaper as well, so that is quite an option. I didn't follow the route. Why is that? Because I already have a fully painted RogKaiser that I will show later. Anyway, let's look everything there is inside the box. And there are a ton of vehicles inside of it, and I'm sorry, I'm not particularly good with the camera. There are a ton of accessory, additional hands, special effect, perfect transformation part, parts forming, parts that you adjust, and there are the extra runner to kind of change the color of parts of Goldburn, and the transparent one. Now, as I say, I don't see much reason behind it, and as an advice, I will just give a full coat of paint of gold spray can to all the yellow parts, which are pretty bad to begin with. So anyway, so we're gonna start everything. This is the new bit inside of it. This is Gridman Universe, and I think it is better than the previously seen Grid Knight. It is more solid. Parts will pop up. You see already one of the knee popped up around the room. I will find it later, so don't worry, I didn't lose it. And the stuff by which is Scream Access Flash, you have to glue it. I mean, this is like, let's put it like this. This is a company that try to do product like Bandai, so action figure that you assemble, it is less successful. Still, it's not terrible. If you glue in a couple of points, that you can kind of play with it. Anyway, this is the other, the new the new Goldburn. It is big. Let me move the camera so that you can see. We're speaking over 25 centimeters of wingspan. So my hands are big, and this is a big boy. It's also quite stable, so you can see like there has been an advancement in how Goodsmile company engineer stuff, and it is quite interesting. There is also a mid combination between Goldburn and Gridman Universe. We're gonna see it later. Anyway, it is cool. If you go just for Goldburn and Gridman, do it. And these are the part of Dino Zenon. I will not do a full review out of it because there are a lot of reviews about this model kit. We're gonna see it and we're gonna do a tiny bit of comparison for the people that are interested into differencing should I buy this one of the SMP from Bandai, and they do different things altogether. Anyway, they didn't fix any of the parts that were not great about this kit, and this kit still requires a metric ton of stickers. The new bits, Goldburn and Gridman Universe, not so much. But the old bits, this is like sticker fest. Still perfect transformation part installed because I can't be bothered to have that more tune accurate over them. And well, it is a solid build in case you didn't do it. I still recommend it as one of the best Moderoid. But we're gonna do a quick comparison before we start to look at Gridman in a bit. So just to have an impression between this one and SMP. So you can just skip to the end. Anyway, you can see that the Moderoid is scaled down. It is smaller than the SMP. It is also cheaper, to be honest, at least when I bought them. And it has more parts forming. Parts forming are the part that you add on to have a more tune accurate or aesthetically pleasing transformation out of it. They both have the same gimmick. And if you see them like this, I think that uncombined, the SMP is the better one. Like, there is no doubt about it. It is more solid, it is more playable, parts don't completely fall around, it is bigger, it requires still a metric ton of stickers, but the panel line inside of it, you don't have to resculpt it. How do I know you need to resculpt the Moderoid one? Because I did it, and it wasn't fun, guys. Anyway, you can see in the comparison when I show the Moderoid fully painted. Anyway, it is way bigger, and it is bigger, solid, a tiny bit more posable. Honestly, if you plan to keep it separated, I will highly recommend it. The SMP, if you can find it, compared to the normal version out of it. You see, they're bigger, they're easier, they're more pleasant on their own, but this is aesthetic is only a particular kind. I'm normally not a fan of bigger stuff, but for model kits, since I paint them, they kind of help. Now we have them, we see them combined. The first combination, this is Dino Zenon, still you can do with the box. The left one is the Moderoid, the right one is the SMP. If I can recommend, so one, the right one, the SMP, is more tune accurate. Because the proportion of Dino Zenon are not great if you look at inside the animation, and they change from time to time. I want to say that the Moderoid one is the best looking once combined, but the more tune accurate it is, the show accurate it is the SMP. In some parts, in some other parts, actually the Moderoid is more accurate. Honestly, no idea. Like, they kind of change the angles they shoot at it, and from angle one looks better out of it. So they're both pretty solid builds, so you can play with both of them. I will not look at the articulation out of it, but because there is already a review for both of them. This was just what you find inside the box. You find the one on the left one. Now we look at the combination between, I call it the cross combination between Big Goldburn and Gridman Universe. I will not spoil what they use it for. Anyway, it is pretty cool. I wouldn't keep it on my desk like this, but it is cool. If you like what it does in this combination in the show, you should totally keep it. And you know, options are always quite a lot of fun. And it is solid. So this is in the mid combination. This is more solid. And both Dino Zenon and Dino Zenon can do a lot of mid combination. But we're not so it. This is just a smaller review. There are full review out of it. I can't remember who did it. Anyway, you see, now we can combine the two of them to get the ROG Gridman. And as I was saying, the combination is not too bad, other than attaching the bust to the legs. And now we're gonna see with our RogKaiser Gridman. This is the full name. I just call him ROG Gridman because it's shorter. Now, it does become bigger. So there is also the full weapon out of it that can be kept only in one position and a half. So, but anyway, you got both of them. So what happened is that you detach, you disassemble completely Goldburn, Big Goldburn. I think that is the name. And you combine it. Very similar combination with the one of RogKaiser. Anyway, it is stable. it does become quite a lot like a big an old-style tokusatsu toy, so posability goes out of the roof. This is not very posable, and if you pose it too much, it's gonna be detached. So if you like to play with it, not super recommended. But if you like to look at something cool, and I particularly like this version out of it, even though in camera I'm just realizing it doesn't look like as much, I highly recommend it. It is impressive, it takes out the space, it becomes bigger, and quite fun. Now let's look at a bit of articulation, because I know friends look into it. So the heads cannot move much, and I was saying, when you play with it, pieces are gonna fall off, because this is a model kit, and there is still not exactly Bandai standard. So you see shoulder can move a bit, arms almost 90-degree, like you reduce by quite a bit the articulation of Dino Zenon. If you have Dino Zenon, if not, you can keep a couple of poses like the "ooh, I'm scary" and the "oh, look at here," but that is far. And the legs, you don't want to spread them too much, because it is heavy. The backpack is heavy. It is well balanced. However, if you use the display stand, you can work a bit more with it. But as I was saying, the connection between the waist and the body, while it is solid once you get it, and you will know when you get it, don't think like it can go quite solid, still it's not the best one. So I wouldn't keep it into a flying kick pose as it does in the TV show. I will just keep it into maybe a flying relaxed pose. But now for comparison, we're gonna look with our Lego Dude. Lego Dude is small as usual. Now we're gonna look with the Dino Zenon SMP. As you know, guys, this is bigger. I didn't want to build the RogKaiser Dino Zenon, but it is sensibly bigger. But now with the all RogKaiser, and now with the RogKaiser Moderoid. This is a fully painted version by me, done in acrylics. Not my best job, but it's okay. I kind of like it, you know. And now for conclusion, guys. So let's look at pro and cons. So let's go really for the pro first. As a pro, you get on a decent price. What are, at the end of the day, a lot of model kit. Like there are a lot of vehicles, they combine in a lot of ways. I didn't even show all of them, but you can do really a lot with it. And it is quite fun, and the build is not overly complex, other than one part of the Gatai, of the combination. It gives you option, which is always welcome. It gives you a lot of accessory. It is fun. And overall, I really like the sculpt when they make the proportion a tiny bit better. However, for the cons, this is not really that posable. Pieces are gonna fall unless you glue them. Posability is reduced in this version out of it. There is still a metric ton of stickers inside the stuff. Like, if you don't like sticker, this is gonna be quite an headache. If you don't paint it, you should attack sticker. It's gonna make your life better, but why not water decals? Goods My Company, please do it. Move to water slide decals. I will appreciate it. Now, other cons wise, the connection between the waist and the body, I already mentioned it. It is freaking terrible, guys. Very, very bad. Like, very bad. And to get it right is gonna take quite a bit of time. So don't be sad if it doesn't get in on the first round. I feel you. Same kind of stress out of it. And what else? Yeah, the articulation kind of move. However, if you're a fan of Thunder Gridman, if you're a fan of the new version, the Studio Trigger version of Gridman, I highly recommend it, because unfortunately, I mean, I hope Bandai is gonna do it, a version for their Dino Zenon. I'm not sure they're gonna do it. But if you want everything within the same scale, Goods My Company with the Moderoid line did really, really good work. Not at Bandai level, but not that far behind. Anyway, it is recommended as a fanboy of Gridman. Have a nice day, and please, guys, put a like and subscribe. Have a nice day.